Hey everybody, hope all is well. So I subscribe to a streaming service here. It's all black TV. And this is not any kind of paid endorsement for them. Just want to give a shout out. And hopefully, since it is a black streaming service, and I believe in promoting black business, okay, let's try and, provide for our families. So I subscribe to it. I enjoy it. And I'd seen this series on the show, on one of their shows. It's been a while, but I want to do a video on it. So, and it's not about, the transformation. I'm looking at a bigger issue. So here we have a cheerleader. She's a client, wants to get her hair done. Here she's rocking these braids, looking ever so cute in her shades. And then here she is with extensions, still as cute with another cheerleader. And I believe she is a cheerleader in the NBA. The part that I found interesting is that she couldn't be herself in the NBA. So I want to show you this clip and then just let's have a discussion. Okay. So let me just kind of go back just here. So you're going to see her with the hairdresser. Okay. And he's going to go ahead and do a makeover on this beautiful sister. So I'm going to start here. So I'll be brief.
Yes. Whoa, that's how you go. Monique's problem is she's living between two different worlds. The African-American world and the Caucasian world with the long straight hair.
Okay. So he said she's living in between two different worlds. The African-American world and the Caucasian world with the long straight hair. But this is the part I wanted to get to. And then I'll go into my commentary. And, we can just have the discussion. Check it out. Fair use.
Wow. That is so sad that Monique is so self-conscious about her hair.
After I made the team, thank goodness.
Here we go.
Walked in. Everyone had their hair down.
Out exactly what's going on and find out what got you here.
I started dancing professionally for the NBA, and I walked into my first audition. My hair was slicked back in a bun just like this. I thought I was it. I walked in. Everyone had their hair down, curls, and I just felt like I was out of place. I felt like I wasn't going to make the team just because of the way I looked. After I made the team, thank goodness, they said, we have to change your look. You can't wear your hair like this. And I had to get extensions put in. For years, that's how I had to
look. Wow. Did you hear that? NBA. Isn't that basketball? Don't a lot of black men play basketball? I know they don't own it. And I must say, I'm limited on sports, but I thought about that. You have a sport here that's dominated by black men as the players, not as the owners. And you can't wear her natural hair. It has to have the weave, she's a beautiful girl here, weave flowing. Pretty much it seems to pretty much be patterned after Becky. It's like saying the focus here for femininity, it has to be Becky. Then they wanted to say, black women one weave. And I got to thinking, do you really think you would have any man of any other group? You think you're going to have a lot of Hispanic men and then have all the cheerleaders to be Hispanic? You think you're going to have any nationality where they're dominant and they don't have any kind of say-so within the group? How it operates or what they would like? Of course they would, because they're exercising their power. In the BC, we think in the streets, Holland is exercising your power, and that's limited power. Go pay your money with your march. Go pay your mortgage rather with your march. Go pay your mortgage with your March. Go pay your insurance and your car with your March. Go invest in a business with your March. Well, I marched. Okay, that's fine and dandy. And I thought about it. So what if there's a black cheerleader? She has a talent, obviously. She made the team. But the issue, she had her hair slicked back. You can't do that. So they're basically saying you can have the talent, but you can't be you. That's I thought about that. You can't be you. What if there's a beautiful black woman who has a talent, she can make the team, and what if she wants to wear afro? Obviously, she can't do that. And I thought, what if black men were to say, hey, listen, here's what we'd like to see. And one thing I say about this school, always put the collar. Oh no, we can't do that. Well, no, we can't do that. That's your darn problem. Whenever it comes to stand up for your own, unless it's some dust bucket, oh, we can't do that. That's not what they want. What the hell do you want besides being subjugated all the time? Honestly and truly. You mean to tell me you don't know how to have any influence? To try to up the ladder? To excel maybe toward ownership? And I thought about it. You got mostly black men out there on that b-ball court chasing that damn ball. It's things like this here in the BC. Oh, that's not his problem. That's her problem. And it lets me know a lot of our people, and it is what it is, have limited thinking. Limited thinking. We don't care about appearances or the status quo for our own. We're just so quick to be up under Mr. Charlie. I don't want to make no waves now under Mr. Charlie. I was like, so black men don't want to see any. What if it's a beautiful black woman that has an afro or cornrows? But then when a white girl come with the afro and cornrows, oh, you think, oh, she is liking me. She is liking me. I thought about that. You think if a lot of white men dominated the NBA, and then let's say, oh, they got a whole lot of black women, everybody's got cornrows and afros, you don't think they say, hey, we like some diversification? They kind of want to see their own. Yeah, more than likely they would. Why? Because those people love themselves. We don't. Everybody busy trying to be less black as possible. In a lot of cases, running from it. We don't want to exert any power. I know I do these videos, and today I saw something, and I said, "Oh my goodness!" I said it's because I'm doing these videos, and also it's what I see. Today I saw something where a black man did something, and I said, "Oh yeah, he spells street guy," and a white man yelled at him. Oh, the black guy did something silly. A white man yelled at him in front of everyone, and there were black and white people there. There was me and another black woman was there. Becky was there. And the way he yelled, and I said, "Oh boy," letting him know that he's causing. I was like, causing a problem. And some things you kind of go, if you go, and you're like, yeah, this is how they do. I said, oh yeah, that's one of those little street ones. I can tell by your ride and how you handle yourself. It is something silly. The white man got real loud. I was on my phone, and so was Becky. He got real loud and yelled at him and cursed at him, using the F word, yelling. And then I thought, you know how these stuff get up. I said, oh my gosh, I just came to do one simple thing. I was like, oh boy, I don't want to get me and my vehicle caught in any crossfires. There's a hood booger ride. And I was like, oh boy. That first hit my mind. I said, I bet the black guy might pull out the gun and start capping, or he might get up and get in the guy's face. Because there was a way to say something. But the white guy was real loud. And he's like, don't you see they're on the phone? Blah, blah, blah. He didn't get racial, but he was cursing at him, letting him know, you're not going to come in with that loudness. And then there was silence. And I was like, should I move? Should I just leave? I want to just kind of move and get my car out of here, I thought I might start capping. Next thing you know, the black guy just calmed down. And I said, oh, he might be getting the gun. I said, oh my goodness, I don't want to make a video and then I'm on the video. You know, oh my gosh. What did he do? He just walked away, which I'm glad he did. He just left the premises. And I was telling my friend, my homeboy about it, and he goes, yeah. He said, because it's a white guy, which I already know. And I was like, well, I'm glad he did. And then I thought, man, if that had been another black man or a black woman, I bet he would have got out. It would have been something. It would have been something. So he made a decision. Walk away, which I'm glad he did. But I think otherwise, I thought about it. If it had been a black person, it would have been on and popping because he got embarrassed in front of everyone. So my point is, our people have a respectability for white skin that they don't have for black skin, and it shows every day. It shows every day. You mean you can't have a cheerleader that has cornrows? But the NBA, those black men on that court, they're not worried about. They're just some cheerleaders, and most of them want to run after I think want to run after Becky anyway. It speaks volumes. So now, I thought about it, no one could stand up for her, and maybe they didn't know, but it's aside from the point. If you think that any other race that's dominating something, they don't pay attention to every little detail, they do. The problem is black people don't. So I thought about it. What if, sometimes they always say in these marches, oh, silence is violence. Well, guess what? When you're behind this silence and you have leverage, which I know a lot of our people do not understand leverage. When you're being quiet, yeah, it's violence against your own. You're setting the tone. Whatever they do is okay. I don't want to make no waves. Just like the lazy mammies that put them here. I thought about that. Power plays every day, even subtle power plays, and our people just thinking, oh, I'm something, oh, I'm this. Nothing but a weakling. I don't care how many dollars are in your account, how many zeros. We know how it goes. I thought about it. When I saw this, I was like, wow. So if a black woman wants to show up there and she's got some cornrows in her hair, it could be a beautiful beauty queen, or maybe with an afro or two little puffs. Guess what? Even though you got the black men with the NBA, guess what, girl? You can't do that. Why? Because the standard of beauty is Becky, and I let you know they've pretty much accepted that. Black woman. It's 2022. Who's fighting for you? But every time something happen in black stand, it better not be a black man. Here they come marching and a hollering, putting them dollars out. I said, wow. And I watched the show, and it was like, this really had an effect on her. Got the move. It's the look. What's the look? Your hair. Well, the hair, what comes out of your head, that's natural. You can't have that. You can't have that. We don't want to see your natural hair. You think if she would have said something, do you really think that those black men would have stood behind her? Girl, hell to the no, and she knows it too. They never would. You on your own. But I said, wow, a simple thing like this here really had a major effect on her, like almost like destroying her. Destroying her. Wow. It's sad. So she had to get the extensions, and then they want to holler, she wearing weave, wearing weave. Well, guess what? Maybe if the men that look like her in the culture would build, they wouldn't have to wear weave, wear weave. They could show up with little puffs of cornrows or what have you, or braids. So if you think this is a her issue, no, it's a culture issue. It speaks volumes. It's little things like this here. Our people are like, oh, well, that's just one of those things, got to be able to sling your hair. She can still sling her hair. It's little things like this here that we try to ignore, and we're like, "Oh, you're making too much a thing." I hate to tell you, that's how wars are won. Little things don't even notice. You got foolish Americans now, this administration with Putin, 100,000 soldiers sitting up there. Oh, you trying to play it down? Sanctions. They getting ready for something major, and they ain't worried about no darn sanctions. 100,000 men. Look what they're doing toward Ukraine. This ain't no game. So I thought about it every day. There's war on the culture, and we can't even get the small battles right. How you think you're gonna win something? Little everyday occurrences. Can't even master that or read between the lines. So we gotta do something about your hair. We can't have that. Wow. We can't have that. Got it. It speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. So black women, from the makeup to the weave, however you want to call it, you the assimilation, yeah, of course. Because you have a dominant society and the men in this community, they're not building, they're pretty much tearing down. 2022 group is still playing, trying to play along and get along. Still playing, I love some subjugation. As I said before, Dusty's bring drama and trauma. They don't build. I'm going to have to add that. They don't build. This right here is one of the implications of dustiness. You can make a whole lot of money, your behind still can be dusty. Doesn't mean you're a leader. You're just doing what the white men tell you to do. Run that ball and make sure Beck and them show up and get paid and all. So this here to me, when I saw this, wow, you couldn't be you. You've got the dance moves. You couldn't be you, but you got to have it a certain way. That here is in my opinion, it's an emotional, psychological implication. Because in the BC, child, it's too much dust in the nation. So I just want to know your thoughts. I thought about it. I was like, so the black men, they don't have any kind of say in this. You don't have any kind of say, really and truly. That there's no kind of say, none whatsoever. But every time you look up, if somebody breathes wrong on a Tyrone, oh, here come them sisters. Oh, here they come. Here they come. So she had to learn the hard way that her natural beauty was, you've got the dance move, but the natural beauty, the natural you, they can't have that. You have got to get the weave. Speaks volumes. So there was a song by Luther Vandross, little miracles happen every day, little revelations and little wars are won every day. And the BC family, they're failing. I'm out.